Hey there, what is up, plant community? If you, of course, like my videos, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, give me a like, share, and subscribe. It helps me out, and it really helps the channel out. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about zone pushing. How can we zone push? And this is really a video of what my plans are this year in the way of zone pushing. So, in my opinion, there are different ways we can zone push. We put something like really tropical, like that weeping fig over there. We put them in a pot and we take them in during the winter. Some people consider that zone pushing. I kind of consider it zone pushing if you're able to keep it out in the pot outside for at least about most of the year. Then okay, yeah, sure, you're zone pushing, which is what I do with most of my plants that are in this general region, besides that one, because that one goes dormant. So anyways, that's my definition of zone pushing. There's two different main versions of it. One is where you keep them in a pot because you have a chance of frost, and it can take cooler temps, and then you have to bring them in. The other one is where you plop them in the ground and you protect them in some way or some form. Either that be by frost cloth, having to build a miniature greenhouse around them like some people do with their palms, wrapping them up in a box, whatever you got to do to get that plant through the winter. So for me, that's zone pushing, even if it's in a pot. Now, I have ways I'm going to be doing this year because there is somebody who is going to be sending me some palms that are particularly cold hardy, and we have incidences here where sometimes we go into 0. Very rare for us to go beyond 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a rare thing. We don't normally go down to 0. We usually stay at our coldest, which is near the end of the year, 26 to in the lower 20s to in the 30s at our coldest. And that's usually where we stay at our coldest. But of course, our winters have been more mild. They've been heating up. Last year, it was the warmest Christmas we ever had. It was 60 degrees. Growing up as a kid, being a kid, never heard of that in my life. Now, I'm not sure if people believe in climate change or not. I'm not really here to debate that. This is a plant channel. I'm going off of how my plants feel during that time. So, something's happening. Whether you believe it, whether you believe the continents are shifting, whatever. Anywho, with that being said, I have some ways I am going to be zone pushing certain plants this year. Mainly because I happen to have so much, I can't fit them in my room, and I got some bonsais that are going to be going in somebody else's room, which is kind of them to allow me to do that. So, different ways I'm going to be zone pushing for the main part. So, when we talk about zone pushing in the pots, because the palms I'm going to begin are really young, so I'm not really going to let them experience much cold. That's something I'm going to slowly adapt them to like I do most of my palms, and especially since one is slower growing. So one of them, I forget the name of them, but when I get them, I'll be able to tell you for sure. But one of them only produces a frond once a month, just once a month. So that's very, very slow growing. And, yeah, then other is a jelly palm. So that'll be interesting. So when we zone push, there is a couple of things we must take in factors. So, one of them is studying over winter before you leave anything out. Which area is your warmest area of your property, which is a microclimate? Well, I'm here to tell you that my backyard is definitely not the warmest. Definitely not the warmest. So, what I do when it comes time to push some of these plants, see this whole front porch area, this whole area is a warmer microclimate. This area stays the warmest. This is where the snow melts first before the backyard. So right away, after studying that, I already know where certain plants that can be zone pushed need to go. And it's going to be up here in the front yard where it's the warmest, where certain plants wouldn't do good and some would do all right. Like I have a sedum over there. I mean, it's kind of not doing